Welcome back to another episode of Stuck in the Middle. You're now watching and listening to the Couch Talk here on SitM Podcast. I'm your host, Sir Charles, aka Capo. I'm joined by a few good guests, but before we get into that, first things first, make sure you visit SitMPodcast.com to shop exclusive Stuck in the Middle merch. You know, that's the fuel that drives this machine. You can get your sweatshirts, your hoodies, your tank tops, your shorts, your baby clothes, anything that you need from SitM Podcast to represent this brand. So don't forget, SitMPodcast.com, and make sure you shop that exclusive merch. But yo, I'm in the building with the OptionsSnipers. Yo, welcome. I know you see some familiar faces, but you know they're here.
What's going
So
on,
guys, welcome. First and foremost, y'all want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Mike.
I'm DG.
And I'm Wale.
And they're
the option.
The OptionsSnipers.
One of them shirt giving away. I mean, I hope the shirt should have given it away. That's incredible branding and marketing.
Listen, got everywhere I go. That's all I wear.
Different ones. Man. That's all I wear now.
Yeah, different color.
Y'all got t-shirts,
polos, different colors,
pants,
hats.
Okay.
We got shoes coming soon too.
Hey! Invest today and get your shoes. Wow. So, for those who don't know, who are the OptionsSnipers and how'd y'all all meet?
Well, actually, man, it's kind of funny how we all meet because everybody has their own little part. How we knew each other and didn't know that we knew each other. You know what I mean? So two of the guys, they're actually out at the conference right now, promoting our brand too. But my man Wale and Josh, they're out in Tampa right now doing a conference for OptionsSnipers. But I know Wale back from my high school days, and then Wale knows G-Day, which is Josh, that's his brother-in-law, and Josh knows Wale, and then Wale knows Deji. But Wale can give you the story about him and Josh, and then go into how Deji met. But that's how we came together, though.
Yeah. So pretty much, I went to high school with Josh, and I went to college with Wasala, and then Wasala and Josh, they happened to be
brother-in-law.
Brother-in-law.
Okay, related by
marriage. Marriages. And I've been shooting with Zoom for maybe about 5-6 years now. He does photos, I do videos, we do a lot of weddings together.
Yeah.
And it was just one day Wasala texted me and it was like, hey Wale, what's been going on? And we were just talking, and I told him that hey, we have this thing that we're doing, with the stock market. And I invited him over. It was DJ and I that we were just messing around with Discord. And he was the person that actually introduced me to stock market. Because I remember before pandemic started, he used to always call me like, yo, Wale, buy this stock. I'm like, man, what's the guy talking about? Because to be honest, in my environment, there's not really anybody that's doing stocks. So it's always to me like, a strange thing. But I'm glad to have somebody around, and that's one thing that's very important, to be in an environment where you see people that are doing it and they're successful doing it, because we all lead by example.
So it was kind of like Deji, you weren't really the formulator, but you were kind of like the formulator in a way, in a sense. You kind of, I don't want to say, you aren't the glue. You are the glue. You're the glue, but you weren't the piece to the puzzle, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, you can see that. But I've been doing options way before the pandemic started. I've been doing it since college and other stuff. I learned from a couple of folks, my team, like my college mates doing options and all that. And I've had good success doing that. And then when the pandemic happened, opportunity came in. So everyone's working from home and other stuff. You started seeing the boom in people trying to invest, and the stock market crashed at that point. And as it was crashing, we were making money on the way ground, right? And when it was coming back up, we made money all the way back up. And I started meeting a lot of people, Wale, Mike, Wasala, Josh, and we started, I started showing them what I can do, what they can do, and they started, pushing themselves up. And then we decided to say, hey, let's come together, guys. Let's teach other people how to do this stuff.
They just being modest, man. First of all, so I started trading options by myself, right? I'm online. I'm trying to figure out a different way.
You mind? Let me not cut you off, but I kind of want to understand, how did y'all get interest into doing it?
So that's what I'm about to get to, right? So I used to work actually down in Maryland, PG County. I was a robbery detective, right?
Okay.
And I worked overtime a lot too. So I'm like, man, I never see my kids. I got to figure out another way to make more money, right? So I'm like, I'm on the internet, bro. I clean my whole entire social media. I'm like, I get rid of all the nonsense. got to start following business pages, following things that's going on. So I see this one guy. He posted a tweet. He turned 3,000 to 15,000 in one day. Okay. And I was like, exactly. And that was my response. I'm like, wait, what? So I looked more into it, and he's trading options. So I'm like, oh wow, I need to learn how to do that. So I get on YouTube, of course, like everybody does. I started looking into options, and I started trading on my own.
Okay.
What I didn't know was how to trade options, right? So I'm watching these videos on YouTube. I started playing around the market. I was making money, but I didn't even know why I was making the money. So I had made a couple thousand. I turned $400 into $9,000 in 2 weeks, right? So I'm like, I got to learn how to do this. Long story short, I ended up losing, like, no bullshit, like $30,000, bro, right? So, like, that's a lot of money, right? So I lost a lot of money, and I'm calling all my friends. I'm talking to people, and I end up talking to Wale, who's like, bro, you need to come, talk to me and my boys, bro. We trade live every day on Zoom. So I'm like, okay, let me check it out. So I get on Zoom with them one day, bro, and I make the most money I've ever made in my life, bro. Like, in one sitting, in less than 5 hours, bro, I make, like, what I make in 2 weeks, I make that boom right there, right? So wow. I'm like, bro, this is real. And this man right here, it was the man that was leading the ship, you know what I mean? So that I was hooked from then, you know what I mean? And then this thing kind of spiraled to what it is now, bro. And now we got this. So
yeah. First of all, the fact that you was throwing out a number like 30,000,
bro. I'm trying to tell you, bro.
That got my attention.
Yeah, because you gotta think. So if I started $400 to better lose 30,000, how much money I was making, right?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But that's because I was risking a lot. I didn't know what I was doing. You know what I mean? I just kept getting lucky after luck, and then one time my luck ran out. You know what I mean? So. But yeah, I found my lucky horseshoe. Let's do it right here.
It comes with the game, but before we really start throwing around a lot of these terms, let's kind of define them for those who are watching. And this is an informative session. We want to teach as well as educate. You know what I'm saying? So first things first, to the misinformed, I know what it is, but to those who don't know, what is an option?
So an option contract, basically, to make it simple, because what I like to do, what we like to do here, is you can go look up what an option is online, right? But most people like, now I'm bored, I don't care anymore. Think about an option. The way I like to explain options, right? Options, like, and Wale, correct me if I'm wrong, I think about it like wholesaling real estate, right? So for people that don't understand wholesaling, let's say you get a house, right? You own that house, and I'm interested in getting it from you because you're trying to get it off your hands. And your house is worth, let's say, $300,000. I say, well, I can give you $250,000. And you're like, you know what? I need to get rid of this thing. Here's $200,000. I'll take $250,000. But I know Wale, he's an investor. He'll buy from me for $280,000 because he can get $310,000 for it. So I'll take it. You know what I mean? I'll buy from you for $250,000. I sell it to Wale for $280,000. I make the change. Wale then puts it back on the market, fixes it up. He gets the profit. Wale's the real investor. I'm in the middleman. So in options, think of options that way as well. So option, you buy shares, but you don't really own the shares. You have the right. You just own them, right? You don't own them outright, right? So I buy. Let's say I believe the stock is going to go up. I buy what's called a call. If I believe the stock is going to go down, I buy what's called a put. But at the end of the day, my goal is never to execute my options. My goal is to let them increase in value. Then I sell them to a real investor who wants to actually own the shares of the stock. And I make the change.
Yeah. So in a sense, it's kind of similar to what we talked about a little bit. It's like, in our last couch talk where we brought about the house, and for those who haven't watched that couch talk, it's right up here. It's suggested. Make sure you click that. But anyway, it's sort of like flipping houses in a sense, like he just explained.
Yeah. Right.
You buy the house at a certain price. You decide you can either hold on to that house and then either flip it or reinvest in it. So flip it by selling it, keeping that profit,
right,
and then having that person either decide to do whatever they want to do. Or
right. That's why I like to explain like wholesaling though, because when you're selling something or you're selling an options contract, you are selling that back into the market to people. They buy that and they can actually buy those shares. But Deji, if you want to break it down and go, I don't know how deep you want to go to.
I think you've explained it perfectly.
So but that's the basics of it. So the goal of it is you buy something now that you believe is going to have a greater value later, but you buy for a low price. Okay. As it increases in value, you then say, okay, I made my money. I sell it back to the market. Somebody buys it like this. I take that money and it goes right into my bank account. You know what I mean? It's literally that easy. I would consider it the wholesaling of the stock market. So that's what it is.
So during this pandemic, you all met. You all had been probably working a little bit before then until these options and making a little bit of change during a time period where everybody was scratching their head about where's the next check coming from. You all were like, okay, we'll put together a team, called the OptionsSnipers. So what was the purpose and the mission of that? you know what I'm saying, putting a band together and actually going full force?
So when we started together, the goal was for just all our friends, to learn how to do all this. More eyes on the market, more people can, see what's going on in the market and we can trade together. And when we started moving together, and it's like, hey, let's actually come together as Option Snipers. The goal was actually, to teach other people how to do these things themselves. You don't have to wait for someone, to tell you, hey, go buy this. You don't have to call me on the phone and ask me every single morning, what if I'm not around? What if I'm on vacation? But the goal was to teach every single person that is around us and anyone we can reach out to how to actually do this yourself. Teach you how to fish yourself. And, if no one is around you, you can still go do it and get your money off the market, just like big money does all the time. So that was the goal that we came together as Option Snipers, to spread our knowledge to everybody else so they can do exactly the same thing.
Okay. Yeah. So options involve the stock market, am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
So what's the difference between an option and a stock trade?
All right. So for a stock trade, right, you actually are owning a part of the company, right? For options, you're owning the right to buy the part of the company.
Okay.
So it's like you're buying insurance on owning the stock, but you're not actually owning the stock. So one contract of an option is 100 contracts, 100 shares. So let's think of it like this, right? Let's say a stock costs $100 right now, right? If you buy one option contract, you are buying the right to own 100 shares. That means if you wait till your option expires and or in the money or whatever, and you exercise it, you're going to be spending $10,000 to buy that, right? But instead of buying that, you're actually saying, okay, I believe this stock is $100 right now. I think it's going to get to 110. I'm going to buy a 110 call, like you said, a call. And the difference between the 100 and the 110, the amount of money you've accrued on your insurance is what you take home, and you just sell it back to somebody else who wants to buy it at a price. And that's what you're going with. So you don't have to buy $10,000 in shares of that. You just take the money and just go on. Yeah.
And it isn't like it's actual physical money right then and there.
It's money you can cash out.
As soon as you sell it, it's your money. So
once you sell it, it's your money.
Another way I like to explain it is it lets people, everyday people that have regular money play the big money game, right? There's not too many people that can drop $50,000 in the stock market, right? However, I know a lot of people that have 500. You know what I mean? It allows you with your $500 to get in the game, turn your 500 into 10,000, and now we can invest long term.
So that was like my question for the person who got a 500 right now. What are the platforms where it's like somebody's ready right now? They're watching this. They're like, yo, I'm ready.
Right.
What are the platforms where can it turn to? And do they need 500? Can they start 50, 20? Some people got $5.
See, where you can start with almost anything on the market. Right? There's all these plays, small cap, big caps, anything you want to play. There's a lot of plays that go on the market. I mean, you see, even when the meme stock craze happens, you could have turned $1,000 into $200,000, literally right there, and it happens all the time. Like, it's just a matter of seeing the opportunity.
Right. Yeah. So like what they just explained just now, there was a trade a couple weeks ago, DocuSign, early in June, that literally went from $69 if you held it for a week, turned to $2,600. You know what I mean? Now that doesn't happen every single day. But if you turn $69 into $200, that's a good. That's a good. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you can start with anything. But the beautiful part is you asked about platforms, right? Yeah. They have a platform out there called Thinkorswim, which is on TD Ameritrade's property, right? They allow you to do what's called paper trading. So you can paper trade, which is with fake money. You can take everything that we teach, what other people teach. You know what I mean? And you can say, okay, the Option Snipers told me to do X, Y, and Z. Right. Let me do that on this platform with fake money. I can't win, I can't lose. But I can learn.
I was just about to get into that. I was going to say for the average beginner, that's getting acclimated into this community, right? One, what types of platforms would you suggest? And then two, what types of trends or strategies should they follow?
Right. Can I tell them what we don't suggest, or is that wrong?
It starts with an R.
It starts with an R. Put it that way.
Don't do that. I'm just saying.
Whatever you do not get them people your money, man.
Them
people, right?
I'm saying.
Their name and what they do is in the name of their company.
Because I was about to say, a lot the story of Robin Hood is
it's supposed to be you
steal from the rich
and give to the but they go the other way. Yeah, so all jokes aside, we laughing, but man, Robin Hood, what they just got, the SEC just got for $40 million.
Yeah.
So they just got fined and everything like that. But
$40 billion?
No mil, right? $40 million. Yeah. So
But it's not to them.
Yeah, they make it. Don't worry, they go get it tomorrow. But what they're doing is, it's not really. I don't even know if it's an intention. I don't know what's going on. But just put it this way: Robinhood is a great place to get information. It's a great place to look at things. It's not a great place to trade.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's good UI and all that stuff, but it messes you up.
Yeah, in long term, if you're actually trading on a day-to-day basis, it's not a good place to trade. Thinkorswim is a more reliable place. It allows you to even do what's called paper trading. Like I said, you don't even have to have money. You can get on there. You can say, "Wow, these guys told me to look at this. I bought it. Let's see what happens. It worked. Now I know that I could take, the money that I do have saved up, and I can start investing." You know what I mean? So,
and for some people, Thinkorswim might be too advanced for them. Right in the beginning. There's another platform called Webull.
Mm-hmm.
So Webull is also very nice. It has a nice user interface.
Webull. So Webull.
I thought, Webull.
Yeah, Webull. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like it's a bullpen.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a bull. Yeah. So, or like the bull market. The market goes up like a bull market.
And funny thing is, for Robinhood, you can't do too much. You can limit markets and all stuff. On Thinkorswim, you can do a lot more. You can even actually test the strategy and see if it works or not before you actually you put your money into the market.
Right.
And speaking of strategies, what types of strategies are there?
There's a lot of strategy in the market.
Yeah.
You can use the MAs, the moving averages. These are some things you can use. The RSI, the MACDs, the TTM squeeze. There's a lot of strategies that we teach.
So that's what I would say is, and especially when we teach in our course, because what Deja just said, there's a lot of strategies out on YouTube, right? You could probably sit for 2 weeks, and every time you watch a YouTube video, somebody's going to tell you something different, right? However, the question is, can they consistently make money with that strategy?
Exactly.
The reason why we've been successful and the reason why we are where we are today is because, through myself, through Deja, through Wale, we've all decided on, okay, these are the strategies in which how we're going to trade, and this is the way to be the most consistent. Because the issue, in the stock market is, like I said when I first started, it's, you can get lucky and make $3,000. But can you do that tomorrow and the next day?
Yeah, can you wake up every day and do it?
And if you can't, that means your strategy is skewed, and you need to have one that is.
And the first thing people do is they just throw money into trades, right? But the first thing you should do is get some education.
Exactly.
Right. Do a lot of research. Buy courses and know exactly what you're doing before you actually start.
I mean, if you're going to become a doctor, right? Just don't walk into the hospital and become a doctor.
You watch a YouTube video.
You don't
go buy the equipment and become a doctor.
You have to literally go to school and learn about it. Do some practicals on some dummy dolls and other stuff. That's the paper trading of options of trading, and do all those things, and then you go and you get certified and you get that confidence up, and you can start.
Speaking of the whole investing in yourself part of it too is. A lot of people, they spend $1,000 to go to college, right? Thousands of dollars to go to college. However, sometimes they use the skills, sometimes they don't. But then they want to get into something like this, and they don't want to spend any money. It's like,
I'll learn for free.
It's like, come on, man. This is something that literally can change your life.
Right.
No exaggeration. It happened to me. I know it happened to these guys too. And it's not gonna cost your arm or leg to do it. You know what I mean? But there are communities out there like ours, that give this information, and you got to go get it, man. Like.
So let's throw our free promo out there. So the OptionsSnipers, you all have a course. What is actually being taught in this course, and how long is this course, and where can they find it, and things of that nature? Like,
cool. So the course, it actually literally, and Zoom likes to say it too, is we teach you from A to Z. Literally, for somebody that has no idea what the stock market is, we start the basics. What is the stock market, right? How do you even use the stock market? And then we go into what options trading is. We go into our strategies, and then we show you how to execute those strategies. So the course is like broken down. We have an 8-week module course, but it's self-paced. You know what I mean? So like for somebody that has a job or got kids and things like that, you don't have to, every Monday you got to meet us at 5. No. When you get off of work, you lock in, you watch the course. When you get the babies to go to sleep, you can lock in, you can watch the course, you can learn. But everything that goes into it, we also have the community with the aspect. Because a lot of people, they have a course, they don't have community. Or they have alerts, but they don't have a course, right? So we got the best of both worlds. Deja and Wale, they actually run the community. And Deja can give you more on, what comes along. So you get the course, all for the same price. You get the course, get the community, and then, so Deja can explain, like, what goes on.
I mean, in the community every day, we have, like, some dope-ass admins who work, with me all day. We build things out by looking at charts before the day, looking at the news, looking at different things, volume coming to the markets, and giving alerts out to the community. And, I mean, what we've seen in the past few days or, weeks is people that are coming into the community actually building that confidence up, that they start even giving alerts to other people in the community. And these are, like, bombers alerts alert where it can turn anything to anything, like at any point in the market. So what we try to do in the community is, as admins, we give you those alerts. We also answer your questions. We show you how to do things. We focus on the live calls every day. We are on for like 3 hours every day, talking to you, showing you how it's done. Right? We walk you through the day, so we're not going to leave you hanging. And then throughout the rest of the day, we're on the chat talking to you, and we also listen to other people and other people giving their alerts and giving us, ideas of, what can they do, and asking questions and all this stuff. Having that kind of community, it works for you.
It's, what I've learned, like I said, I was trained by myself in the beginning. It's hard when you're out there alone, man. It's literally like being on an island. Being in a community or being around people that are like-minded, and also being led by people that know what they're talking about helps you to get off the ground. So anybody that's looking to get into options, looking to get into the stock market, I definitely suggest you go out there, you do your research, but you definitely need to get into a community of people that want to show you, how to show you a way. Going out there doing it on your own, it's possible, but it's lonely. You know what I mean?
So
I was going to say one thing. One good thing about our community is we don't just give you a play and say, go play this, right? We actually break down the reasons. We tell you why we're getting into this. And also when we're getting out as well, we also, say, hey, guys, we're going out, so it's left to you too.
A lot of people leave you in that.
Yeah, you like, wait, you sold last week? You sold? Like,
And to be honest with you, right, you can't win every single trade.
Exactly.
And whenever you have a bad trade or a bad day or something like that, doesn't mean you're having a bad rest of your life, right? We're there to show you that it's okay. You showed you lost money too, right? When I was younger, I blew like 3 of my accounts. Yeah. Literally, when I was way younger, and this is not like 5,000 whatever, like 30 grand, like three different times, and it got to a point where I like, okay, I gotta stop losing. What do I gotta do to stop losing? I started learning a lot of things. Seeking out mentors, buying different courses to learn all those things, and that's what we're bringing to everyone, throwing out this information to you.
Okay. Yeah. So I was gonna say, building a community isn't easy. You know what I mean? Definitely. I was gonna say, a lot of times, people walk the walk, talk the talk. Everything that you're saying sounds good. I see the advertisements every day because you all aren't the only people on Instagram promoting and doing these types of things. Building a community. Sometimes it can be frustrating to get these IG DMs all the time. Join my team. This person this person that.
We don't do any of that. I have to go do that.
We'll talk about some of the challenges I guess you initially faced. One, putting this together, building that community, and then getting people to buy in into what you were selling.
Well, I would say one challenge that we definitely faced in the beginning was because you have so many, like you said, so many people out there like, hey, come get this course, or hey, come listen to me. It's like, listen, the number one thing I hate about communities like that is the recruiting. We definitely don't do that.
Almost seems like a Ponzi scheme.
Exactly. It's like they're more interested in teaching you on, and I'm not hating on Forex people or anything like that, but most of the time it's your Forex people that are,
that's what I was talking about.
Yeah. I'm just saying, bro, they be like, hey, come on, join my community, and then you get there and they don't teach you how to trade. They teach you how to get people to sign up. We're not doing that. If you want somebody to sign up, that's cool and all, but we're here to teach you how to trade. If you like what Deji was talking about earlier, our main mission when we first started was teaching people how to become self-sufficient traders, right? What he means by that is, like if I could go tomorrow, you know what I mean? But once you learn how to do what we give you, it's with you for life. You know what I mean? So that is the main mission of our community. So one of the challenges, getting back to your question, that we faced in the beginning was getting people to believe that there was nothing else, like that there was no trick up my sleeve. You know what I mean? Like, they're like, bro, this is too much good information for you guys to not want something from me in return. It's like, bro, you already joined the community. This is what we got to, this is straight love, bro. Yeah. So I wanted you to teach this to your family, to your friends, and have something to take with you. That's all. Sure.
So about getting that first, because after the 5 of you, what was it like getting the 6th, the 7th, the 8th?
So we started from like close friends, people who actually saw what we're doing and were interested in doing it, and we just got out there. And I think
this dude is so modest, man. I'm gonna tell the story because he don't tell. He don't tell. I love it though. He's humble. He's a humble guy, and I love that. The story is Uncle Zoom. That's his name on the internet. Everybody knows Uncle Zoom. Uncle Zoom. He had a play that he called out, and a play is when you call out a trade, right? So Uncle Zoom called out a Amazon play that was a $300 trade, and it went to 30,000. Yeah.
My chest.
That play is what solidified him as the man, basically. And You know, everybody's like, bro, how did you know it's going to do that? Now, I don't know the truth behind it. You know, obviously Zoom didn't know it was going to go to 30 grand, but he just knew it was a good trade, right? But that's what had people believing in him. So, you know, we started off small, but that one is the one that really had people looking at this guy like, yo, I need to learn from him.
That's the 30 grand you lost?
That was me after.
Yeah, man. And then it's been growing after that. You know what I mean? So people started joining. Things were going well. You know, we got featured on in a news article on Official Black Wall Street. That kind of added to what was going on. Right. Shade Room, things like that. And then, you know,
I think that's definitely how I came across, because like I said, I knew some of y'all individually, but then I was like, I started piecing then I had to hit that follow button and just stay in tune.
Yeah, man.
You know
so
I'm still. How much is, you know, like somebody watching right now is like, hey, I want to be part of the OptionsSnipers, the Discord, everything. What's the tax? What's to get in?
So the get into community, and to be honest with you, we actually do a phone interview, and the reason why we do that is because, again, there are a lot of people out here doing this course thing, and there are a lot of people out here that are talking about they can teach you how to trade. So there's a lot of other people on the other end of the phone that want to hear that I want to take my $300 to 30 grand. Being realistic with you, that's not happening, bro. You know what I mean? So if you come into the community with those dreams that you're going to turn $300 and 30 grand, and you're going to be mad if that doesn't happen, to be honest with you, we don't even want, you know, we don't want those type of people in the community, because that messes up the environment that we have. So we actually do a phone interview, and we want to make sure that you're even mentally ready to join the community. You know what I mean? So that is the price of admission, honestly. You know what I mean? Is to make sure that you are even ready to do what we do. You know what I mean? Because
what do you mean by ready?
And what I mean by that is, you can't, like I just said, you can't say I got $200 in my account and I want to make $100,000.
You mean just understand?
But understand the mindset of it is that, you know, you have to put work in like any other job, right? You know what I mean? And once you put that work in, you will see the results. But don't come in here with the idea that because you do see the gains that you're going to take this little bit of money and turn it into a whole lot of money with no work. You know what I mean? So when I talk to people on the phone, and when we talk to people on the phone, we ask them simple questions like, yo, what are your goals? And when you come to me, you say, I want to make $50,000 next month. That's a red flag. You know what I mean? The answer to that question is, I want to learn a skill that can change my life, or I want to learn something. You learn is what I'm looking for, because once you learn how to do what we do, you don't need us. You know what I mean? To be 100% honest with you, you know what I mean?
I mean, you can buy the course, then what you want to learn and get out.
You know what I mean? And that's the thing. You know what I mean? So what we try to shy away from is people that are just in it just strictly for the money, because that's not what it's about. Like, I know I'm talking a lot, bro, but I taught my 10-year-old son how to trade, right? And that's what I'm interested in for other people to do. Teach your kids, teach your parents, teach your grandparents, or if you got grandkids, your grandkids, a skill that can't nobody take from them. That is what your mission should be, learning something like this.
Is he actually investing like his birthday money?
Listen, so the story of him is, I set him up with a paper trading account. I told him if he can make $10,000 in a paper trading account, I will give him a real $1,000 to open up his investment account. Right now, he's at $7,800. So he listen. I'm already like, not gonna be real money. So yeah, man. But
I want to change gears a little bit.
Yeah.
As a team of individuals, have y'all ever gotten into cryptocurrency?
Yeah, definitely. Cryptocurrency.
Dogecoin to the moon.
Yeah, we went in Dogecoin when it was like
nothing, not even a
was 0.000 stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go check out Discord. It's right there. We went in Dogecoin, and then I think I put about a couple like 5,000 there. It doubled, and I took my money out, and I left like few dollars in there.
Right.
And it's really like just went off.
Yeah, bro.
And those few dollars went to good money, but if I had put my 5,000 there, it could have become $1 million. Less than a year. Less than a year. And and this is why I said, trading is a mental game. Something that you got to be ready for it. How do you come back from something like that? Like, okay, I got to go again and go trade again. And since then it's just been okay. I'm just gonna keep going. It's because sometimes people just see screenshots on Instagram like, oh, this guy went from $100 to $1 million. I can do it too. No, it doesn't happen like that, right? It's a matter of compounding your account. But yeah, we go to crypto. We teach all those things, and there's a part of crypto that we actually keep it for our community for now. I won't talk about it too much. It's basically the options of cryptos, but Yeah.
Yeah, I was just about to ask. So, is there a cryptocurrency of choice? So, we already mentioned Dogecoin.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been staying away from Bitcoin.
So,
What other ones is out there?
something I'll tell you is this, right? Those names that you hear, like the Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, ADA,
XLM.
yeah, all those things, right? They have a technology driving them. They have something driving them, but people don't see those. People see the money that's going on top. Like Ethereum is used by financial services and there's some gaming platform, right? ADA can solve problems on a different end, all the stuff, right? They use these things for real stuff, but because the hype is on the money side, people don't understand that. So for us, we try to understand what is driving the technology itself, the blockchain itself, and how is it useful. Is Dogecoin? People don't see a lot of use for it, right? But people don't care because Elon Musk said to the moon. Everybody buys it and wants to go to the moon, right? But the truth is, try to understand that Dogecoin started as a joke. It was a joke and it just became something. Now, could you have made money? Yes. But we are not trying to invest that way because that strategy is not going to last you a long time, right? But we're trying to teach you understanding the fundamentals of what you're buying, understanding why you're buying it, and then trade those things.
Okay. So you don't believe that crypto is the way of the future?
Oh no, I'm not saying it's not the way of the future. I'm saying the technology that crypto runs on is the future.
I mean, you have to understand. But I guess what he's saying too is like things like Dogecoin. People are investing in it, have no idea what the technology behind it is, right? But things like Bitcoin, Ethereum, ADA, they have real technology behind it, right? So what he's saying is, if you're going to get into crypto, make sure you understand what you're getting into and what. It's just like a stock.
Education.
You're not buying, Mike's outdoor store stock right now. You know what I mean? You're going to buy Nike. Right. Because Nike is a real company. It's the same thing in crypto. You want to make sure if you're investing in the crypto market, you understand what you're investing in. You're not just investing in some nonsense.
Those things are going to be around is the future, basically. That's, what's it called? Decentralization. That's the future. But you have to understand what you're buying. Because there's a lot of, you heard about Shiba, a lot of things coming out, SafeMoon, all those things, things making millionaires in a day, and people buy into it and it dumps. Yeah. You don't want that, right? You want something stable. So that's why I say, you have to choose. And
it's also good to know that there's a lot of volatility, with the crypto market right now because it's still, it's still new. You know what I mean? So they're still getting themselves together.
Yep. But to answer your question, is it the future? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
If you had to go back, right, and learn options all over again from step one, right, what would you change?
Yeah, I can take that. For me, when I started learning options, I was more focused on the technical side of things, looking at the charts, looking at all the stuff, and I forgot the mental part of options trading, and that is actually the 90% part of options because it's not about your charts. Sometimes it's about yourself, because your performance is tied to your emotions, your mental strength, your ability to control your greed, right? People turn $100 into 200. But because somebody said I turned $100 into 1,000, you want to keep holding till it gets to 1,000, and then it gets 200, you didn't take profit, and it goes back on you, and now you're losing. Right? Those things you gotta understand. Like you gotta be grateful to whatever you get on the market, especially when you get money from options. Money is printing out of thin air for you. You gotta understand that. So understanding that greediness part, controlling my greed, that was what killed me when I started options. I was just like, I saw somebody's screenshots, I'm gonna do the same thing, right? But I didn't understand how much 50% profit was, how much 100% profit was. And now that I understand that, I was like, I wish I could go back. I wouldn't have blown my accounts. I probably,
I think like based on what he's saying too, if I could go back and do it again, it used to take me at my part-time job 5 hours to make $200, right? Some days I would be in the stock market and make $200 an hour, right? It's time to go home. You know what I mean?
But you still want to stay in?
Yeah, but you still in, you know what I mean?
It's like, I still want to make
200. That was too easy. I still want to make 1,000. But bro, you just made what it take you. You missing out on family time. 5 hours in an hour, bro. Go home. You know what I mean? Like, and what I mean by go home, close your computer and go do something else.
Chill, right? Just enjoy yourself.
And it's really based on you, like he said, you as a person, your mentality, but also who your pockets for real. You know what I mean? Like, if $100 is a lot of money for you, it's time to close your computer. You know what I mean? But and if you keep that strategy, you understand compounding it. That's when you're really going to make money.
Yeah, I think for me, it's don't use money that you need immediately. Don't try to flip your mortgage. You know what I mean? Don't try to flip the
Right.
Don't try it. Yeah,
I might have done something like that.
for real, because a lot of times when it's money that you need urgently, you want to flip it so fast, and you forget your risk management.
I'm thinking, don't flip your child support. They gonna come get you. You lose it. For sure.
Yeah, I mean, that was all the time, right? Because you need that money so fast, like you want to pay your rent tomorrow, and you're like, you know what? If I throw my rent in the stock market right now, I can make it play. But you're not thinking of, I can just make like.
You're not thinking of the loss.
Exactly. You're like, I just want to make that play right now and get that money back. But so once you can control, I mean, it's called risk management. Once you can have a good risk management, mentality, and read books about it, educate yourself. If I'm going back to start again, I will probably spend more time educating myself than actually jumping into the market to go trade first.
Paper trade.
I kind of, because my mentality is like this, I kind of think of investing as gambling. I hate losing money. I hate it. I hate to simply spend money to go pay for gas. I hate it. I hate it. So for someone like me that is interested but is concerned at the same time, like I'm the type of person that doesn't want to lose money. How does that mindset affect my potential?
Well, I would say that's paper trading is definitely where you want to start, so you get a strategy that works for you. Then after you master what you're doing, you know what I mean. To be honest with you, you don't risk money you can't lose. That's simple as that. If $200 is what you have to risk, you need to be willing to be honest with you and tell me, correct me if I'm wrong, Deja. You need to be willing to let that 200 go to zero, literally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
like,
the same approach to
now if you're not willing to let 200 go to zero, you're not supposed to be in that trade.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yes, we trade with stop losses. We have trail stops, stuff like that. But if you can't let that stock or that option trade that you're in go to zero, you shouldn't be there.
I mean, even sometimes, right? You see us buy options, and once you buy, it comes down a little bit. You're losing money, and then you can panic and sell, and then as you sell, rips, it goes up. And then you're like, damn, I should have held. But what happened there was because you probably bought too much. It was mental. You probably put too much money in that. I mean, if you have like $1 million with you right now, and I take $10 from you, right? I mean, you're not going to think about it, right? But that's exactly how you should go into the market, right? Look at the trade, and how much can I put in this that wouldn't really kill me, and then trade that, flip that for 50%, take a profit. The next trade, do the same thing. You compound. Before you know it, you're trading a big amount of money, and that's what you want to do when you come to the market.
Sure. A lot of times people don't like investing because they say it's kind of boring. It's not fun. It's not interesting. How do you keep yourself engaged in what's going on in the market?
I would say options gonna keep you engaged.
When you see your bouncing over there. No, but for real though, like Mike said, having a community, right? Every single day we wake up we have folks in Cali, in Ghana, in different countries, right? Having those people around, waking up very early in the morning, it's on Cali like 6:30 a.m., right? Waking up in the morning and having to come on the call and listen and trade. Having that community every day just inspires you, So you hear people's stories, people buying cars for themselves, paying their wedding off from options, and those things just keep you engaged. And also, how you stay informed of the market is, the news. In our Discord, we have like bots and automation that's bringing all this to you. You don't even have to go look for it. It comes to you in the Discord, and you can just go to the channels and just look for what you want to see.
You hear that, Flex? You hear that? We about to get into options. We're gonna pay off that wedding. Okay?
You're sleeping, bro. I've been in it. But here's my question though, because it's a lifestyle for y'all right now. You know what I mean? There's people right now listening. They have a job and everything's a mindset. So it's like I don't have the time to log on to watch the course. So know when to put a trade because I gotta go to work. I'm running late. So talk about what took for you to get to that point where it's a lifestyle for you now, where you got it's a routine. For that person, it's like, dang, like I gotta wake up 2 hours, 30 minutes earlier to say just switching from a routine that they know right now, that 9 to 5, to making time for for trading, where it's eventually gonna be like even a part-time job or full-time thing.
Yeah. One thing you want to understand first is you don't have to trade every day. Right, a lot of people get into that mindset of shouldn't have to trade every day.
Shouldn't trade every day.
Shouldn't trade every day. Yeah, right, because it gets you. I mean, you're gonna burn out. Every single day you're looking at the computer screen trying to find something, you're gonna burn out. So for me, sometimes I trade like 3 days in a week. Right, just come in Monday, Wednesday, Friday. 0 days and just play those things. And that thing is, you want to have a pre-market plan. right? You don't have to wait till the market opens before you have a plan. The night when you get home, from work, you can open your charts, look at the plan, look at what is trying to break out. When you are at work, you can actually place your trades on your phone. Easy, because you have a plan already. You're telling yourself, when Apple gets to this point, this is my trigger to go in. And we give you those things on Discord, right? We tell you there's a pre-market plan and other stuff. Sniper's Code.
I would say Sniper's Code with Jay.
Every Sunday.
Matter of fact, big shout outs to Jay, man. Yep. Jay, Piling Jay. This man, he runs our weekly watch list calls on Sundays. And this man is literally like literally a sniper with his accuracy on entry, right? So Jay, let's just, for example, he'll say, guys, this week we're watching Apple. We're looking for, to get in around 126. I'm talking about to the cent sometimes. Yeah, he was like, we're getting at 126.
All you gotta do is plug this number.
Bro, and this dude is literally like, I don't know what type of stuff, magic or whatever the hell he be doing, bro. But it's obviously it's a method to madness. Yeah, Jay is literally that guy is he listen. That, as far as what he's talking about, is pre-market plan. So on Sunday nights, we do our weekly watch list.
Yeah.
So it's Jay, he'll build out a watch list for the week, sometimes even a month out, right? And he'll say, guys, this is what we're looking at. These are the stocks we're looking at. This is the price that we're looking at to get into. And this is where we're taking profit. And that's, when you have a plan like that, you're not just trading. Because one thing is, let's say the stock is going up, right? Your options are going up. Your money's going up. When do you sell? Some people don't even know that's it. That because based on previous history of the stock, once it reaches this level, it's got to reject to come down. Some people don't even understand that, so they think this thing is that word to the moon. And it's literally to the moon. It's going to go to the moon. All right, your money is too, like gone. So you got to understand that what he's talking about in the preparation and things like that. But like you were saying, switching your mentality of that it's just money that I'm going to make. No, it's a part-time job. You know what I mean? It's what you want to get you to your investments. Some people want to invest in real estate. Some people want to buy trucks. Some people want to get ATMs. Some people want to do things like that. Have a goal in mind. You set a goal in mind. You say, I need $2,600 to buy this ATM. So what am I going to do?
Yeah, once you get it,
go get it. You're done. Go get the ATM and start over. Reset your account. You know what I mean?
Don't think you're going to turn that 2,600 to one. Like make your gains tangible.
Exactly.
Like make sure you're doing something with your gains that shows that exactly what you're fighting for.
Yeah, y'all giving out too much game. I listen to, sorry to cut you off, bro. I listen to, what I'm saying, they love, sadly, discounts. SITM is the code to everything, so, we can talk about that if y'all want to plug it for, but let's throw it out there because I know they're going to ask, so.
Yeah.
No, I was going to say a story like Mike. Mike, earlier you said a tangible goal for me. So let's say someone like me, never invested, never done anything like this. A tangible goal for me is also a personal goal, which is I want to get to a point where I can quit my job and go work on my other business. How long did it take you to, when you realized that, these guys are doing something serious, to being successful and quitting your job?
So the whole process took about a year and some change. I would say about 13, 14
I'm
months.
giving myself 5 years.
Yeah. Got it. 1 months, bro. 1 year, right? So I get in, I lost money. I find OptionsSnipers and we build as a team. I lock in when I realized, when it started slow though. When I replaced my part-time job first, I was working crazy hours, bro. I was making, some change in part-time, and I said, let's replace that first. So that was my goal, replace part-time. Once I replaced part-time, I realized this can replace my full-time. Some people thought I was crazy. Like my mom, to this day, she's like, what do you do? I'm like, I trade options. She's like, what is that? I'm like, Mom, I told you last week when I was showing you how to trade.
To the moon.
This is what I do. So like, I was, like I told you, I was a police officer for almost 10 years, right? And a robbery detective at that. And it's a really, it's a serious career, right? You know what I mean? So to leave that and do this full time is like, you really have to believe in what you're doing too. And a lot of people, one thing I got to give a shout out to my girl, because if it wasn't for Takia, she was behind me the whole time. When I was losing that money, she was looking at me like, hey, bro. But she never lost faith in me. She kept, that's another thing. That's a real gem. Having a woman behind you, or your partner behind you, that is going to be in it with you, because she trades with me too. You know what I mean? So like, when you lock in and you have that goal and set in mind again, let's say you want to get rid of your job, start off with baby steps. Replace your monthly income first. You know what I mean? Or replace your weekly income. You know what I mean? Once you can start doing that, build goals for yourself. And it's just like your account. Small goals build up to big goals. So, like Josh and somebody, we own trucks now. You know what I mean? Because of this. Like, now I have money making money for me when my truck is in the middle of the country right now. I don't even know what's going on because GPS tracker.
Exactly.
But I'm printing money right now. You know what I mean? So, like, this thing is real, man.
Yeah.
So we talked a lot about risk and, how much I've lost. Now, being solidified in the game for a little bit of education behind you, how do you identify and manage those risks so that way you're not falling into those losses or big losses?
So one of the things that happened last year was July 13th.
Oh my God.
That was one of the most deadliest day in the market. Like it's crazy, right? And that actually taught us a lot of lessons in when it comes to
wasn't too long ago.
Yeah.
1 year anniversary.
Yeah. So exactly, because this week in the market, actually, we were so careful watching for that to happen.
Especially on that same day.
We were so careful. When it came to the market, we were ready, to pull the plug anytime. But what losses is going to teach you is, especially if you're learning from it, is don't let the losses get into your head, right? Don't let it mess with your mind, right? Journal every single trade you're making. Right? Why? Okay, if you made a trade today and you made money off it, why did I make this trade? Why did I make money off it? Right? If you made a trade and you lose on it, why did I make this trade? Why did I lose money on it? You start seeing a pattern. It's easy. Trust me. A lot of times, people buy things because they are somebody else telling them it's going to the moon, and those trades are their biggest losses. And when they see that pattern, they're like, okay, whenever someone tells me I should buy something and it's going to the moon, I have to ignore.
Especially celebrities.
Exactly. The celebrities come here and tell you it's going to the moon, and then from there, that was the peak. It drops, right? And that journal is going to keep you in check to see, where are your wins coming from. If you're someone that you win more on day trades or on swing trades, right? You have to figure out, so swing trade is basically when you hold a position overnight, right? Day trade is when you open it right there and the same day you close it, right? Some of us actually like
leaps.
Some of us even buy leaps. We buy 1 year, 2 years out. So if you bought, you buy like 1 year, because last year we bought was it Tesla? I think it was 750 core. That was the highest then, from around April time, and it would have cost $700 then. And as of January this year, it was like 40 grand. That's simply, and all you have to do was just hold it.
Yeah. Don't look at it.
Just hold it. Don't look. But you have to understand why you're buying it. The fundamentals got to be strong. The technicals got to be strong. And once you understand that, you know exactly what you're paying for. So once you understand the kind of trader you are, then you understand what kind of risk management you have to deal with. If you're a day trader, you can't afford to be taking big losses, because if you go in with 10 grand into a play and you lose 50%, that's 5 grand gone, right? But if you're a swing trader, if you have position that doesn't expire to probably 2 years time or something like that, if you take a hit of 10% today, you understand 10% a day is not bad. It can always come back. I got 2 years ahead for me to come back to this stuff, right? So you have to understand your risk management when it comes to each of the positions you're in.
Yeah, and that's why it's important to know why you're getting into a trade, right? Because when it's going down, you need to understand why it's going down, and you need to be able to smile looking at it going down. Because trust me, when the trade is going down, your heart is beating fast, your emotions, you're not thinking anymore.
I think it was Tesla that dealt with you, right? I think you had 5 Tesla contracts.
Yeah,
that was so cheap, right? And it kept going down, down. And by the time it sold, it went back to what? I think 100, which is 10K.
Yeah.
Per contract.
Yeah. Each.
And it's sold for a loss. And then you have to understand that. He had time, right? He had 2 years. On it.
What I love about what they're talking about doing about the market though, for things like that, things like myself, even on the days that you miss something, you take a loss, it's always another day. And that's the beauty of the stock market. Sometimes I'll come in the house, I'm like, dang, I didn't get a good trade today. I'm like, man, that thing ripped. And then I'll be like, wait, last week I said the same. You know what I mean? It's literally, don't always think this is the last opportunity to make some money. You know what I mean? Stock market has been around before we were here.
Yeah,
it's going to be here when we leave. You know what I mean? It's going to be another day. And that's the thing about things like the pandemic and stuff, right? A lot of people were, stocks are going to crash. Bro, do you think this is the first pandemic that we've ever been through?
Every 10 years.
Obviously everybody knows, Warren Buffett is the GOAT, right? So one of his famous quotes is, be greedy when others are fearful, and be fearful when others are greedy. You know what I mean? And what he means by that is when everybody's on the news talking about the world is going to end, everybody's going to die, blah, 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 blah. That's when you should be buying stocks, right? And when everybody's on the news and you got people that never invest in their day in their life, you got rappers telling you to buy Dogecoin.
Exactly.
That's when I should be taking my profit. You know what I mean? So,
last question for me. Each of you, right? What was your most profitable outcome, and what made you initially invest in that trade?
Start Wale.
What was my most profitable? I think it was Apple. Yeah, my most profitable.
Oh yeah, WWDC 2020.
Yeah, no, that, and then when Apple had a split.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
when Apple had a split, I made a whole lot of money.
You don't have to get too specific, but
if you want to numbers out,
he doesn't want to before somebody comes and say, "Well,
he doesn't want people coming to his house and like,
but that Apple was really what pumped me up and got me like excited and like fully into doing options.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Nah, that's because he's going to tell you. Listen to no. Put it this way. We all gonna be alright if as long as we got Deji on the mic. Listen to Deji, his biggest trade, whatever. Never mind. Don't ask. He ain't got no money yet.
I'm about to be the sixth man on this thing.
Right, there you go. So look, mine for me, man. To be honest, is a few. Why did I get into it though? I would say Amazon, man. Amazon hit a couple times towards the end of last year and even this year too. So
this 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah, Amazon.
No, it wasn't Prime Day. It was after like a month after Prime Day. It just went crazy.
I would say that's the most money I've ever made in one day. Definitely Amazon, man.
For me, I have a couple of trades. I think it was July, right? So my girl gave me like an account. She had like $16,000 in it. I was like, "Oh, can you help me? What can you do with this?" I was like, "Okay, fine. I'm going to leave my account inside and trade your account." And in a week, it went from $16,000 to $170,000. And
you better buy a ring.
She need to buy She's gonna buy a ring. But yeah, that's one of good days. Amazon also, right? $20 to $30,000. There was a trade I missed out on. Tesla. I was supposed to turn 50 grand into 800 grand.
Yeah, 800,000.
But I got out too fast.
Yeah.
But yeah, it could have been. Even Dogecoin could have gone from 5,000 to $1 million. But those things.
Oh no, what's that? Forget that stuff that had an earnings and when
Zoom. Oh no, that's
Zoom.
Zoom. Put it this way, we bought Zoom. It's so many, right? So I'm gonna talk about Zoom, then we're gonna go right on to the next one. Zoom was what, $155 a contract, right?
Yeah.
This thing, $155 a contract.
Yeah.
Turned into $8,500 the next day.
Yeah.
$8,500 the next day per contract. In the morning you woke up, you turn out every $155 you spent. You made $8,500.
I have a real life example right now. She was crying. She was taking a screenshot.
Oh, that's my thing. Listen. That's my tagline. Take profits, not screenshots, man. Everybody love. Oh, I'm up. They send it to their friends. By the time you go click sell, you're gone, bro. Take some profits, then take the screenshot. Yeah, man. So.
It's funny because like I said, I just recently got my MBA, and a lot of the things that you're talking about, I actually studied. Thank you. I actually studied over the course of time, so it's interesting to see that. Damn, that little bit of knowledge that I gained, at least learning how to look at a business, analyze the business, and what makes a business successful. A lot of these moves are what also influences the stock market. So hearing about Zoom, hearing about Amazon, and to be honest, keep putting stock into Amazon. Amazon's, in my opinion, going to be the new Walmart. They got grocery stores coming. They got things. They got a lot of pharmacy. Apple's another one. They're partnering with everybody.
But I'm not a
Peloton.
you got to add it with. I'm not a financial advisor though.
Yeah. I'm not.
Listen,
we're not financial advisors.
No, don't do that either. Listen, we this is educational purposes only. Yeah. Because don't come sue me.
It's definitely interesting to see the correlation between what's going on in the market, at least in the stock market, and then what's going on with businesses and how they're growing themselves.
Hand in hand, man. I'm telling you.
But yo, this has been a definite dope convo. Yo, where can the people find you individually and as a team?
You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I don't really be on Twitter, but whatever. I'm _ Modern Money on Instagram.
Modern Money.
Yeah.
_ Modern Money.
_ Modern Money.
You can't find me anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. You can find me on Instagram, Uncle Zoom. I'm always posting like information about stuff and that stuff. Yeah, that's where you can find me.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram, Wale the CEO, and you can find us on everywhere.
OptionsSnipers.
Just Google it.
Options with an S, snipers at the end with an S.
Don't get scammed.
Matter of fact, let's talk about that.
I saw that.
Somebody tried to spoof our account. We had a couple of them, but this one has been going crazy with people. They tell them, give us this amount of money, and we'll give you this money back. We are never ask you for any money on Instagram, anything like that.
Don't.
Only time that you'll talk to us, if you're not talking to myself, Deji, Wale, Waslo, or G-Day, Josh on the phone, we're not trying to take your money.
And anybody that promise you, give me $200 and I'll make it 900 in 2 hours, and it's 100% like, and cash out me and Zelle me. Come on,
it's a scam, bro.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, damn! I can't believe people still getting scammed. But it happens. It happens. Yo, this has been a dope conversation with the OptionsSnipers. Like I said, I got my man Wale, got DJ, I got Mike. Yo, shout out to
Josh and Wasla. The whole team though. We got Bailey, Cream, Jay, Elisa, Stock Daddy, everybody, man. Jacob, listen, it's not just us. That's the thing. We are the guys who got everything started, but we would be nothing without those people. I want to make sure, matter of fact, put that in the beginning of this. We would not be anything without those people, man. Those people are some admins. They hold us down. They hold the community down. Even give a shout out to my man Nick, who's our virtual assistant, who keeps all those emails and DMs and things like that going. Who else we gotta give a shout out to, man?
I won't leave anyone out. Yeah, right. If I'm leaving you off, I'm sorry. It's good.
I put him on the spot.
It's not intentional, okay?
But listen, it's not just us. It's not even just our admins. It's our community, the people behind us, man. We really love everything that's going on. We appreciate everybody, and that's that.
Yo, man, I'm your host, Sir Charles, a.k.a. Capo. This has been a real fun conversation. Make sure you follow OptionsSnipers on all social media platforms. Make sure you follow us, SitM Podcast, on all social media platforms. Make sure you subscribe, hit that ringer bell for new episodes dropping. Shout out to Ma, shout out to Tutu, shout out to AK, shout out to Flex. Yo, we see y'all. Yo, it's Stuck in the Middle. We out.
Peace.
Hey everybody, this is your girl Tutu, and make sure you check out our online store so you can get some SitM merch. Make sure you check us out. Make sure you hit up all our videos. We got some dope content on the way as well. Make sure you also subscribe, hit that bell notification, and check us out because we got more in store.